So it's invisible. In viscous, you can still feel torque transfer and all. Like in this, you can't even tell when that transition. If I couldn't see the display, I wouldn't have been able to tell
Got it.
when it's happening. Like on the incline, uh, I realized it was a light throttle. So when I started accelerating, both motors were working. And as soon as we got certain amount of momentum, the front went off.
Got it.
So it's a very efficient way of using all-wheel drive. It's not that sporty mode. When it needs to, it will kick in.
Question about quad wheel drive.
Go on, man.
What does it do? What the
I completely missed out on that.
That's okay.
So
It's not like a lot of Harrier electric owners are going to find themselves mud plugging somewhere.
no, this is definitely not an off-road vehicle. All-wheel drive. So primarily, it's the rear motor that's doing the work.
So mostly it's a rear wheel drive biased car.
Correct. In fact, more often than not, there's this display in the driver's instrument cluster which shows you which way the energy is flowing. So in that, you could see that most of the times it's the rear wheel drive motor that's working.
Do you know, sorry, I have to do this. Do you know why they usually call it the multi-information console rather than the driver information console?
Why?
Because the abbreviations create a very, very distracting abbreviation if you say driver's instrument console.
Okay.
See, you hadn't thought of that. Now, sorry, you were saying that in the driver's display
there's a display for which way the power is flowing. So most of the times, power is going to the rear wheels.
And nothing to the front at all.
Nothing to the front.
Got it.
Which is why they've got two different kinds of motors also. And this will be another one of those conversations that they've got a PMSM motor at the back and the front is an induction motor, and that's less efficient, that's less expensive, and therefore, yes, that is an advantage, but it's also from the standpoint of what is suited to what. Since the front motor is largely an assist motor, the induction motor is fine for that because it won't create any drag torque. If you think about the PMSM, it's always got.
Yep, that's why pushing a scooter is so difficult. Electric scooter, if you turn it off and try to push it, the PMSM motors always cause drag. It makes the scooter harder to move.
Right. So it's better for that usage. It does come on if you accelerate hard. It will come on if you're on inclines, and even in that, it's a very. You can't feel when the front is kicking in and when it's working with the rear. You can't tell that.
It's like a viscous coupling.
It's a really
in feel. It's like a viscous coupling in feel.
So it's invisible. In viscous, you can still feel torque transfer and all. Like in this, you can't even tell when that transition. If I couldn't see the display, I wouldn't have been able to tell when it's happening. Like on the incline, I realized it was a light throttle. So when I started accelerating, both motors were working. And as soon as we got certain amount of momentum, the front went off.
Got it.
So it's a very efficient way of using all-wheel drive. It's not that sporty mode. When it needs to, it will kick in. The thing that the front motor is doing, which I saw, was that regen-wise, every time you step on the brakes, that's when you see the front motor really kick in and use the regen as well to slow you down. Otherwise, when you're just doing normal coasting regen, like when you're not using the brakes basically, then it's the rear motor that's doing the work of creating regen. And regen also, there is no single pedal in this. There are 3 levels. Level 3 is, I think, what would be good for stop-go city traffic because it is strong, but it still doesn't bring the car to a halt. You have level 2, which would be like, let's say, intermediate highways kind of situation, and level 1 where it's much easier for, let's say, really coasting out there. So the regen is also okay. And Tata is saying that we're not going to do single pedal because already it's being clamped down in China. So apparently from 2026, China is going to ban single pedal driving.
What happened?
The safety. They're saying that people are using.
They forget to learn to use the brakes. Yeah, it makes sense.
They're also, I think, running much closer and further in the envelope because they're expecting it to work. And in an emergency, it may not be enough. So that way, it's gone to the other end of the.
No, I understand it because to me, you've gained a convenience, and basically in an emergency situation, you're saying I have to come out of my convenience to help and intervene, and that's not natural for human beings to do.
So that's why they're saying that we are not looking at this. Yeah, so that's the.
Are they exporting this car to China?
No.
What difference does it make if China bans single pedal driving or not?
Agreed. 100% agreed.
This argument is circumstantial at best.
Yeah. Basically, then the conversation, I think it's from the standpoint that
There is data to say it doesn't work.
like it's not something worth developing, or let's say in eventually you will not need this anyways. So why spend time on it? It's not product development standpoint.
That is an argument I'd buy. Not that China isn't doing it. Okay, fair enough.
So I was saying that people might assume that the rear-wheel drive only variant, which is also with the same battery pack, will have significantly longer range. Even if you see Tata's quoted figures, that's not the case. Because what you have to remember is that it's not consuming energy all the time. It's only consuming energy when needed. It's just extra weight that's sitting there. So it's not going to be dramatically longer range. It will give you maybe 20, 30 kilometers more as compared to the all-wheel drive, which is roughly, I think, what they are indicating.
If your real world range is 400 and you need 20, 30, 40 more kilometers, bro.
Huh. No, so and also I think if you're looking to buy this, do you need all-wheel drive? No, I think most people, the rear-wheel drive will be fine. I think, which is why again the mid-spec variant with the rear-wheel drive and the 75 kilowatt-hour battery pack makes a lot of sense.
Vaibhav Kumar is asking, is the Harrier Electric really the off-roading beast Tata is claiming it to be, or is it simply capable as any other all-wheel drive car in its segment and price bracket would be?
Yeah, this is the thing that imagery really gets to people, right? And we may say this, we've said it now twice already, but we'll say it a third time. No, it's not meant for off-road. I mean,
why would you want to take an electric off-road? Where are the fast chargers there?
and I did actually compare because of the conversation that started with off-road. I actually went through the approach, departure, and all those angles that they've shared for it, and they are reasonably okay. They're not a problem. But always remember the reason why a Jimny has become a wave amongst the off-road guys, the guys who go hardcore off-road over the Thar, which is also massively popular. But why have people gone for this all of a sudden while it's underpowered, while it doesn't have so many things that the Thar would have and on-road ability, is because of its smallness, its lightness, and that is a massive multiplier of off-road ability for everything else that your drivetrain and all-wheel drive systems, 4x4 systems will do.
Correct. I will also tell you how to interpret all-wheel drive off-road ability data for electric vehicles specifically. It does not apply to ICs. In ICs, there are other ways to interpret it. Think about buying a good-looking all-wheel drive electric SUV. Then the approach angle and the departure angle will both look good, and that is 95% of the off-road ability that you will ever need with your electric.
The other way I think about this is all the people who buy these high-end luxury cars with off-road ability, right? Who the hell takes them off-road?
It's the Thar guys who are making U-turns on the curves, not the Range Rover guys.
It's because you hold it in a more precious place, and therefore you will not take it off-road. And it's the same thing for EVs, because you are already thinking about, I have to conserve, I have to manage, right? So you will not want to take this off-road.
That is a clip from MotorInc. And what that means is if you'd like to see more of these, you can do two things. One is stay on this channel, subscribe and watch more, or you can come to the main MotorInc channel where you'll find a much longer video that discusses this idea in a lot more detail.